Welcome to the elements of the Adaptive Management Plan for Recreational Cycling in Sherman Branch Nature Preserve, North Carolina. Our vision is to strike a balance between maintaining and advancing mountain bike trails and riding opportunities, and maintaining and protecting the local ecosystem from the detrimental effects of cycling. The primary groups from which we need buy-in in order for our adaptive management plan to succeed are the actual users of the preserve. Mountain bikers and hikers are going to be the ones to decide whether or not the restrictions the plan places on their recreational activities are reasonable and important enough to follow. In addition to voters and city council members being potential visitors to the nature preserve, they are also important because they can provide the necessary funding to maintain the trail system for the foreseeable future. Prior to Sherman Branch gaining its nature preserve status in 2015, the trails were maintained by volunteers. However, now that it is an official county park, we can count on council members and their voters to support ecological maintenance through public funding by way of taxes. And finally, we need future trail designers to buy into the plan in order to maintain the preservation of soil conditions, vegetation, and wildlife habitats. The goals of this adaptive management plan fall under the umbrella of maintaining balanced recreational carrying capacity, so maintaining a healthy recreational level of activity in the preserve, but at limited physical, ecological, facility, and social expense. Our first three goals fall under the ecological category and are, number 1, preventing soil erosion through the education of riders of the detrimental effects their tires can have on the soil, the building of water bars, berms, and rock gardens, as well as the prohibition of riding within 24 hours of rain. Number 2, maintaining natural vegetation health, again through educating riders on the ecological dangers of veering off the prescribed trails, either by exploring or by widening, which is when riders inadvertently broaden the trail by going around mud and standing water, and by the use of prescribed controlled burns, which prevent large and destructive forest fires. And 3, minimizing the detrimental effects of riding on local wildlife, particularly the American woodcock, by charging riders again to remain on prescribed trails, as well as to follow a riding code of conduct that includes not harming local flora and fauna. The code of conduct ties nicely with our fourth goal of reaching out to local biking clubs for the purpose of gaining volunteers, as well as the promotion of the Universal Mountain Biking Code of Conduct, which includes staying on the trails, leaving no trace behind, not riding on wet trails, only riding on the legal trails, and minimizing contact with local animals and vegetation. Our fifth and final goal is to maintain a balanced social carrying capacity by instituting a twice per year revolving single-direction trail system. This will have the opportune side effect of minimizing close passes with oncoming riders in the time of COVID. These are my references. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to these elements of the Adaptive Management Plan for Sherman Branch Nature Preserve. Thank you.